Welcome to Medfield Lady Warriors softball, where the Medfield Warriors are about to square off against the Ashland Clockers. Hi, I'm Rich Small, along with Shonda Schilling and Eric Gazelle. First pitch of the game is a strike. So Shonda, Medfield comes in with a somewhat disappointing record of 5-9. And so basically they have to almost win out to make the tournament this year. So I know you've seen every game. You have your daughter playing first base today, so what can you tell me?
I think the biggest thing that you have to look at is most of the kids on this field are freshmen.
Oh, there's a grounder down to Schilling, picks it up, taps it out. First out of the game.
And so, you know, freshmen playing, there was no JV, and they're trying to get their feet wet. And, you know, we talked about this in basketball, how the girls were, you know, they were a little sloppy. The basketball was such a young team too, but they're starting to pull it together here.
All right, so whoever filled out this lineup didn't give me the first name, but that's all right. So I'll just go with the last. Is that the first name or last name?
It's the last name.
Shannon.
It's her
Could
last
be
name.
both.
It's, I know, but it's the last name.
All right, so Shannon is up.
Well, you know how we can solve that, right?
Well, how?
We can have you do the lineup next time.
That's a great idea.
You know, and the
All
other
right.
thing is, if you look at the batting averages on this team, they're nowhere where they've been in the past with the girls who were established players. It's been an off sort of year. I mean, Dover, we lost to Dover. I wouldn't even let Gabby drive the car for a half hour after that game.
All right, well, Shannon strikes out looking. So, you know, at the end of the day, 5-9. Good news is they have 5 winnable games ahead of them.
Right.
Probably one semi-tough game against Norton. But besides that, 5 games that they'll be favored to win. So they still have a pretty good shot at making the tournament.
If you look at how the scores of the games they've lost, it's been by 1 run. And usually what it's been is 1 inning where 1 error gets made and the wheels fall off the bus, and you know they're just not capable of pulling themselves out of that after they've made the errors.
But that's the nature of this game.
Yeah.
You know, particularly when you face good pitching.
Right.
So there's a swing and strike with Esposito up. I don't know if that's Phil.
And
probably not Phil, right?
No. And I think that they're trying to get used to Travis's style of coaching.
Well, but they've had you mean the freshmen?
The freshmen.
The seniors
yeah.
should
The
have already
seniors,
been
yeah.
locked in. There's a ball hit out to center field. It's going to drop in. That comes in for a single, overthrows. And playing center field, I got to know who these players are.
Okay,
so
that's
Rachel Cornett?
Rachel is a tournament player.
Okay.
You know, most of these girls in
She's
the
a
outfield.
freshman.
Yes, never played the outfield before. The great thing about the outfield this year, which has not been in the past years, we never knew if they were going to catch it in the outfield. This outfield has done really great as freshmen.
Yeah,
going after in a position that they've never played before.
I was talking to the coach before the game, and that's one of the things he did mention. So Salater up, hitting cleanup for Ashland. So there's 2 outs, man on first.
It's a woman on first, but that's okay.
Who's on first?
A woman.
Who? I mean, what's on first? No, what's on second? I'm glad you pointed that out, but
I'm just going to keep you straight.
there's a foul ball that's 0-2.
What they were doing for the most part in the beginning of the season was playing, starting Gabby, letting Jackie come in and finish. And what's I feel like been the biggest difference is putting somebody at first base that's not a first baseman. And there's a lot of games there could have been won, but might have been lost because you can't field at first base, and that's crucial to stopping the inning and stopping the runs and stopping them right there.
So Gabby has probably split her career between first base and pitching, right? Something like that?
Right.
There's a ball hit off to the right side. Ivy Bernard.
Nope,
Ivy?
that's
that?
Katie.
That's Katie Emer. I'm sorry, Katie. So, but makes a nice catch. And so there's end of the first half of the inning with Ashland not scoring, and then Medfield coming up the bat. And you are watching Medfield Lady Warrior Softball on Medfield.tv. All right, we're going to start the bottom on the first. Jackie Flint's going to lead off. So I guess Jackie's been switched around.
I need to throw something at my husband.
There's a first pitch, and that's a strike.
Okay, and the other thing is, I'm not kidding you, if we're 14 games into this, 10 games into this,
yeah,
the lineup has never been the same. Travis is just trying to mix it up to get that right combination.
Well, that's what happened. So on the mound for Ashland is McMullen. It's a good pitcher's name.
Not as good as Schilling, but it's a good name.
All right, I'll
And
take your word for that.
I don't believe this is the same pitcher that we faced the last time we faced them at their park. And you would be surprised to see their park.
Nice.
Other than needing a train to get to it, honestly, it is beautiful. They really did a good
So they
job.
moved their field?
They did move their field. And, well, if you remember, we were playing, I think, at the middle school last year because
Yeah.
they were redoing
Yeah,
it.
'cause
But
they
it's it's really beautiful.
All right, we have Allie Collin up. Ooh, gets hit by the pitch. Going to take first base. So Collin gets first base by hit. She looks like she got hit on the wrist.
Oh, that's not good. Well, our first base coach yesterday got hit. And
I heard you making fun of him before the game.
It wasn't that I was making fun of him.
You were.
He got hit. He was sitting, and Travis said he told him a bunch of times, don't sit there. If it ricochets, and it hit, and it was so loud in the outfield. And he starts to get up, but can't move, and starts to roll over, and Travis leans over and takes his clipboard. Not even, and it was just so funny to watch. And then, of course, he's calling pitches, and he can't even breathe over there.
Okay, well, he should know better, right?
Well, I don't think he'll be sitting outside like that today.
All right, so next up is going to be the big stick in the lineup, right? Is that what you would tell me?
Yeah.
All right, so Gabby's going to be up.
It was funny, I was getting the lineup, and they were talking strategy, and they said, do not send her anything that she can extend her arms on. So it'll be interesting to see if this young pitcher has control enough.
I heard her 40-yard times improved.
You're not talking about running, right? Let's just say that she hits it far enough that she doesn't have to run
She
fast.
can leg out the hits. All right, there's a ball outside, 1-0. So Allie Collin shakes off the hit, and there's a hot smash right past the third base hole, and there's a single. So right off the bat, Medfield is first and second with 1 out. And Katie Eamer coming up, batting cleanup today. So the outfield's kind of shading. They're actually playing straight away right now.
Come here. What are you doing?
So right now, Medfield threatening to score right off the bat.
The coach is
Bottom of the first, no score. There's a strike.
This is a good way to start the inning, though.
So there's a pop up,
bounds.
and that's going out of play. Could you ask the ump to move like 3 feet to the right or left?
I think that might
He's right in my way.
Okay, Prince.
Could you please?
Yeah, I'll get
You
rid
have
of
that type of
Get rid
influence.
of that.
I don't.
No, just the behind that. Did you hear me talk to the behind the guy? You did not leave me with a good.
There's a strike, and
She can't run.
now first base is occupied, so cannot
Now
take
this
it.
is interesting. He's been making, Ivy is so fast, but he's been making her bunt everywhere. I think that they're starting to catch on to that.
So has Ivy batted left-handed at all this year?
No, but she's just been he's had her bunting, but he's had her in the 1-2 slot of the lineup.
There's a little number back to the pitcher. The pitcher's going to get out of the inning, so Medfield threatened to score at first and second with 1 out, but couldn't push it across. So we end the end of the first inning, and Medfield 0, Ashland 0. You're watching Medfield Lady Warrior Softball on Medfield.tv.
Her husband is the assistant.
All right, we're start the top of the second. We have Mizarek up.
She's the pitcher coach.
Oh, pitching coach. Oh, I'll come back and talk to him for a minute. What are you doing?
Look at you wearing Anna Cotton and
I know.
Introduce
This is Debbie. Nice to meet you.
All right, first pitch strike. Mizarek third baseman for Ashland.
We did pretty well. We lost in the conference tournament.
We left a lot of runners on yesterday that we just can't do.
So yesterday you lost to Bellingham 6-0. Bellingham going to win the Tri-Valley this year?
Well,
Or what?
you know,
Or Hollis, Hopkinton, or who's?
And you've heard the whole story about Hopkinton, right?
No.
We lost to Salvi.
Okay, so you know how they had their top
There's a
pitcher,
grounder down to first, Schilling up with it. Gets the first out.
Yeah, the underdog.
their top pitcher there.
They played
Yeah. What happened?
He moved her out of the school. She was graduating in 4 months.
Oh, you
and
told me that.
yes.
You told me that
Yes.
last year. But they
But-
must have another good pitcher.
You know what? It's a good team. It's a good
Yeah.
team. We lost to them, I think, 2-1, and they said it was their best. Like that was the most competitive. And
Oh,
they have.
okay.
That's the thing that doesn't make sense this year. We lose 2-1 to them,
And then lose to Medway and Dover Sherman.
wait, and they mercied everybody that we lost to. It's again seems to be that
Inconsistent,
we don't
right?
get on the same page.
Well, the hitting too, the clutch hitting. So Farrell up, center fielder for Ashland. No, there's an off-speed pitch. Doesn't take it outside, evens the count to 1-1. But that's a problem when you don't have hitting. So you need the timely hits.
Right, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
On paper, you should have the hitting, right?
6 of our players on the field are tournament players.
So it should work. Mm-hmm. That's been the most surprising thing that I could just see from a distance by taking a look at the scores and the statistics. Because it looks like the pitching's held up pretty well. It looks like the defense that you said's held up pretty well.
Yeah. I think everybody expected so much more, but you know what? Some of the teams are better than what they used to be.
There's a pitch up high, so Farrell draws a 1-out walk. It's going to bring up Carson, the left-handed swinging first baseman.
Lefty. We don't have any lefties.
He bunts off.
Or you know what? I think we do. I think Emily Zona is a lefty.
I thought there were a couple last year. Maybe I was mistaken. All right, so Carson was trying to move the runner along. Let's see if she's going to swing.
Ooh.
Swings inside. Evens the count, 1-1. So setting the defense, what do we have? We have Cozelius at third.
Right. Who
We have
is?
Merrill.
And that was, they did try her at catching, and Jean.
Okay, she's a
And
freshman.
so, yep.
It's got Merrill Adams playing short today.
Merrill, when Gabby is pitching, Jackie's at shortstop, Merrill's at third.
Who's playing second?
That is Mary Cronin.
Mary Cronin. I've never seen Mary Cronin play.
Mary Cronin is another freshman.
Yeah, the freshmen we never coached because we didn't coach last summer, so
Right.
I missed a lot of these freshmen. There's a swing and strike. Makes it a full count. Kind of a loopy swing there.
Yeah. Well, she didn't know what she was going to do with it. She sort of swung up.
Well, she'd throw the same pitch, so I don't think she's going to be able to hit it.
No.
There you go.
So what number is that in the lineup?
Throw down a second. That's close. But just gets in under the tag. Good throw down by Benaldi. So that is our 3, 6, 7th batter. So batter number 8 is coming up. Second strikeout of the game for Jackie. Bringing up McMullen. The pitcher. There's a strike inside. Call. Got the inside corner.
Strike.
Got a strike.
We had a lot of pass balls in the beginning.
It's down to Cronin over to Schilling. Nice play. So Ashland goes down, no runs on 1 walk. As we go to the bottom of the second, no score. And you're watching Medfield Lady Warrior Softball on Medfield.tv. All right, we're ready to start the bottom of the second. Merrill Adams up. I wish people would get out of my way.
I know.
The players are in my way, the
You
umps
are
are in my
just-
way.
That's awesome. Oh, that's good.
There's a strike. So both pitches are pretty throwing strikes.
Right.
It's an off-speed pitch outside. Does not entice Merrill.
Which is so amazing that years ago, well, it didn't entice her, but he gave her a strike for it.
You called that a strike? He
Yes.
did call it a strike.
He
Wow,
did,
you're
yes.
Right. There's a nice hit. That's
She
going to
needed
fall
that.
in for a hit. So Merrill Adams starts off the bottom of the second with a solid single to center field. It's going to bring up Elizabeth Cousins.
Elizabeth's only a 10th grader here.
What kind of year she's had?
You know what? She's holding her own.
Okay.
Because, you know, she was on JV last year.
Yeah, I didn't see her play last year. There's a bunt that kind of did what we tell the kids never to do. Right?
What's that?
When you bunt, don't drop your bat that way.
Oh,
You'll pop
I
it
didn't
up.
even, yeah, push it down.
She must have missed that lesson. that
Well,
you gave that day.
yes. Well, she clearly wasn't there for that.
She missed our bunting lesson. There you go. Much
that
better
wasn't-
bunt.
Yeah,
Much
bunted
better
foul.
bunt.
But
All right, so 2 strikes. So
they know that if we get a runner on, that we are bunting.
because they're so desperate to get a run
No,
across.
that's just his style of. It's a lot of high school
No,
coaches'
I
style.
know they do. But sometimes they overplay it.
Yeah.
Right, there's a ball down the throw.
That was
Nice
awfully
slide
close.
through it. Wow, it looked pretty close. Nice slide
I'm
by
really
Merrill
su-
Adams.
I thought she started the slide a little late.
Looked like she could have been prone for a tag.
Yeah.
All right, 1 and 2. That actually looked like a pretty good pitch. It looked like a much better pitch than we call it strike. There's going to be a foul off to the right side. Okay, stays 1 and 2.
I brought you some food, Eric. I don't want you to starve.
Look at this. Got Cracker Barrel cheese, fruit,
Well,
nuts.
these innings are starting to.
Oh, there's a ball that gets thrown. Adams is going to
That's good
come down to
moving.
third.
That was another thing that I noticed early in the season. The other teams were much, much more aggressive on the field.
You should always be aggressive in softball.
Yes, but we weren't.
Always.
We weren't, and that's where they were taking advantage of
Always run them.
in the beginning. But you know, our scores and our losses, it's confusing when you look at the team how that's happening.
Well, but every game's its own game, so.
Yep. And it feels like what we've experienced all the time. If you could put this game with this game and you know, stop the errors.
The good news is they still have a chance to redeem the season. Another foul off. So Cousins hanging in there. Fouled off the last couple of pitches. Stays at 2 and 2. Medfield threatening again. Runner on third. No outs. Be good to push through at least the first run of the game.
Yep.
Get a little momentum here. There's a nice solid shot. Down the short. Going to come home. That's an out at first. And Merrill does a
And
nice
she did
job.
slide.
So that was kind of a manufactured run there. Single, stole second, pass ball to third, then a ground out to short for the run. So Rachel Cornett's up. She's playing center field. You said she's done a good job at center field?
She is
She
doing
was
it.
saying before?
She plays for the Eclipse.
The Eclipse? Does that mean anything to me?
Framingham, it's a tournament team.
Okay.
I'm one of those kids that you can pretty much put anywhere.
All right, that's always a good type of kid to have on the team.
I mean, their biggest problem next year is going to be that they lost Gabby and Jackie at pitching.
Yeah, they need some pitching for next year. There's a swing and strike.
And, you know, I've heard that Sean Potts' daughter,
Sean
eighth
Potts,
grade.
Jerry Potts.
Jerry, she's not, Sean is the son. Alana is pitching.
That'd be
and-
news to Jerry if Sean
Yeah.
had a daughter. All right, there's a ball. Count 1 and 2.
But we need to
So-
continue. Rachel's capable of putting it in the outfield.
There's a swing and strike. So Cornett goes down, 2 outs, no runner on, and Elizabeth Cozelius up. What kind of year she's had so far? Did she caught some?
She caught a little in the beginning.
Playing third
and
now?
She is definitely the third baseman when Jackie's in.
Okay.
You know, and some of these kids it's a little intimidating to play third
Sure
base
is.
as a freshman when, one, you've never played it before.
Particularly if you're going to play it up close.
Yes, and so she's really, gone after it.
The pitch down low, count 1-1. There's a strike.
And you know what's amazing, too, about this team is how they've really learned to gel together. Even though there's some really young girls and then some older ones.
There's an off-speed pitch. That's not being called a strike.
Well, we might have to go in and talk if it is.
That was thrown about 38 feet. There's a swinging strike, and Cozier strikes out. But Medfield does push across the first run of the game, and as we go to the top of the third, Medfield 1, Ashland 0, and you are watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball at Medfield.tv.
It's like cold.
All right, we go to the top of the third. Medfield 1-0. Ooh, what happened?
I was going to say, she didn't throw it. I was looking to see where it went.
It's a ball.
Did they call it a balk?
Yeah, because she went into her motion. It's like it's like a balk.
Do we know what happened? I thought with a
No,
balk she already gets first base.
No, it's like a balk. So it's a
A
balk.
balk moves
Yeah, it's a
players.
balk, yeah.
Okay. So that was a no-fault balk. Nothing really happens.
I think it's probably the same rule. It's a ball. Now, if there were runners on, I wonder if the runners would advance on that. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know that.
I would think so if you're saying it's a balk.
So 2-1.
3-1. So who do we have up? We have the ninth batter.
We have the ninth batter, and then 1 and 2.
Now you usually have sheets with everybody's batting averages and.
I know, but I usually ask you. There's a leadoff walk. I memorized them all.
You did good.
Overall, it looks so bad, I didn't want to even mention it. All right, who do we have up? Leadoff hitter is Murray. She grounded out to first base in the first inning.
So grounded out to Gabby. And they didn't. Looks like a couple of them are swinging really late, too.
Oh, my God. See, that's what you don't
it.
do. Perfect example of how you don't bunt.
Yeah, that's why the bat has to come down, because anything that's coming up is going to make the ball go up.
So we always try to teach the kids, start off high with the bat, right around your shoulders, and come down.
Yep.
Don't ever go bottom up. That's what happens.
Get her.
Down to second.
Oh!
Cleans the stolen base.
But even though the record is not good, they're still running. You know, so they're still.
Why not?
Why
not?
I just don't see us doing that a lot.
Right, Shannon struck out in the first inning. Ball a little high. Looked like she wanted to take it, but held off. So kind of 1-1. There's a long shot to left field. It's going to be over her head. If it's fair, it's foul. Wow.
And awfully close to my car.
Cranked it there. Almost went into the
That beautiful little bug.
little doll car.
What did you call it? What did you call it?
The little doll car.
Just don't give me any material on you.
All right, that's a long, loud strike. Oh, there's a shot to the right side.
So what do you think she's going to throw?
So she's going to throw this ball down low and get her fishing. Of course, she goes up high. high outside. I said it was going to be low and inside. She pitched high inside.
Girls always do the
hard
opposite of
outside.
what you say.
Exactly. That's a good pitch.
Yeah, I was going to say that's right there.
Has her looking for the second time of the game. So 2 outs, runner on second. Esposito up. She singled to center field. Tell the center fielder she singled to her last time. Do you think she knows? And the ball fell in front of her.
Rachel came to you last time. There we go.
Thank you.
Now she knows. She knows my voice because
Does she?
I coached her in zone. We don't need that much knowledge.
There's a strike, so I thought there was a set. No, 1-1.
Guess who came to the practice the other day?
Who did?
Danny the Clavic.
How is Danny doing?
She's doing good.
She had a good freshman year. There's a shot bounce. Oh, that's going to go. There's interference. Called her out. Called her out.
Yeah, she interfered with play.
Okay.
Take it.
It's a break. It was kind of a circuitous route, though, that was taken by Merrill. It's kind of a funny play.
Are we on camera or not?
No, so we go to the bottom of the third. Medfield 1, Ashland 0. You're watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball on Medfield.tv. We're off. All right, ready to begin the top of the third. Jackie Flint up, grounded out, pitcher to first in the first inning. Not going to swing at that one.
I was going to say, isn't that what she
A little high.
pitched her the first
She did.
when she was up the last time?
All right, 1-0 count. There's a nice pitch, nice hit down the shortstop. Shortstop comes up, throwing, nice
Ooh.
play. That's her out. That's a nice play by the shortstop. Yeah, look like a good play. The umpire was quickly on that play.
Yeah. Their shortstop at Bellingham yesterday. She covered from the left side of the second base to... She just... It was amazing.
Had a gun for an arm.
Yeah, she sucked it up like a vacuum cleaner. You knew if it was going there was no shot.
All right, Allie Collin up. Got hit by the pitch in the first inning. But stuck it out and still in the game.
So where is Allie playing?
Allie Collin?
Yeah.
Left field.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
According to your...
You know what?
sheet.
I always picture her to be... Look at one of your friends coming up.
How we doing?
Hey.
What's going on this year?
She's got senioritis too. Peyton, we met
you
here.
ready to go? Why don't you ask Peyton a few questions?
Okay. Well, if I hand her the mic, then
You don't have to answer it.
Peyton,
go ahead.
truthfully, do you wish you would have played?
Softball? Yeah, a sport-ish.
But you were good.
You lost interest because of the coaches, right? You can admit it to me now. You can admit it now.
No, it's because basketball sucked up all their time.
That's true, yeah. I had AAU, so.
Yep. And
So-
next year, Peyton gets to go to Connecticut College.
It's good school. You excited?
Excited, yeah. We'll see
Real
how
good.
it goes.
So I take it you're going to play basketball there? Good for you. That's great. Nice school.
And we talked about this on the air,
Yep.
and I'm sure that you watched our tape lots of times.
Yeah.
Your
Did you
foul
see it?
shooting improved gazillions.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't know how, but.
But it did.
But
And it was the difference in a lot of games, especially for those that were, the team was so young, and you were
yeah.
trying to teach them and carry them. And this is not a mom moment.
I'm not a mom. How we doing?
Good.
You got any words for us?
Yeah.
No idea
No.
what's going on.
All right, that's good.
Your
That's
sister's up. How's
a good
that?
enough word.
Yeah, you might as well.
Did they all back up?
Yeah, they're back
All right,
now.
so I lost interest. So what happened to Allie? What did she do? We just
She
lost a
grounded
batter.
out. She grounded
From
out.
what? Who to who?
Oh, I
To
missed that too. Are these yours?
yeah, second baseman. Yeah.
Thank you. At least somebody's paying attention. All right. Schilling up, single to left
3 to
field
1.
in the
Will they
in the
send her
first.
something down the middle?
3-1. Oh, absolutely. Will she swing is the question.
Ugh. Ugh. I would have
It's a
swung.
strike.
I would have swung.
All right, full count. But would you have hit it?
No, probably not. I would still be spinning.
All right, full count. Full count. 2 outs, nobody on. There's a shot to left field.
Foul.
And it's
Oh.
going not to drop in. Nice running catch. Rob Schilling of a hit. So 3 up, 3 down, the bottom of the third. We're going to go to the top of the fourth. Medfield 1, Ashland 0. You are watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball at Medfield.tv.
I
All right, we start at the top of the fourth. We were just talking because actually I thought the sophomore year at Duxbury had a really good, they had that girl,
Yeah, really
McKella
good.
North.
Yeah, she's at Tufts.
Yeah,
So I'll see her again.
she was a really good player.
She was. She is doing well in college too.
All right, there's a grounder down to Kozelius, up with it, over to Schilling. Nice play, 5-3. So Saladas grounds out, Mazurek up, and she grounded out to first base in the second inning. Game's kind of going along
yeah, slowly.
slowly. Well, it's only 1-0, so it's got a good pace to it. So we're still here talking with Peyton Wimette. So Peyton, did you actually break whatever record you were trying to break in track and field? You were trying to do something,
didn't.
right? Javelin or shot put?
I
What were you
didn't. I
trying
didn't
to do?
do it this year, but last year I did break shot put and jav. So
And what
that
did-
was a good way to end the career.
Oh, I'm sure
Did
he
you
was.
break the record? Mm-hmm. Of which? Of both?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
good
did.
for you.
Thank you.
It was funny.
for you.
It was so funny to watch. Like everybody's like throw it as hard as they could, and then she would effortlessly throw it, and it would go twice as far as theirs. Yes.
No one really goes out for those two anyway, so it's kind of nice to like.
Well, it's still good.
I'm sure he was missing you.
All right, we were kind of 1
I
and
kinda wish
2.
I did that too. I should have done something.
And the pitch and a swinging strike.
Two outs.
2 outs. That's the 4th strikeout for Jackie. Jackie's only given up 1 hit so far.
Right.
You're going to say, don't say that. Every time I'd say we've been 10 for 10 from the free throw line, she'd have a fit. Oh, you jinxed her. Yeah, they're going to miss the next one.
We'll see. But just hold on if he goes to grab it
Oh, if I
something
say,
so he doesn't flip me off the
when
chip.
didn't I say there was a no-hitter?
Yes, you
once?
did
Yeah.
try that once. And I believe my daughter was pitching.
And what happened?
She never had a no-hitter. So,
So what
there you
happened
go.
then? Did they get a hit?
Yes, they got a hit.
All right, ball down low, 2-0. So Farrell up, walked in the second inning, but did not score because Ashland hasn't scored yet.
What? Did you just say that too? Oh my gosh.
What?
Ashland hasn't
Oh.
scored today. I will go right in and tell Travis if you.
There's a long shot. All right, ball 3. Jackie's walked 2 so far, struck out 4. And Medfield's not trying to walk yet. Oh, there's a
Oh,
strike.
he called it a strike. Well, that was great because Ivy was like,
She, could- he,
we didn't even hide it
she
very
could
well.
have kept on running.
Yeah.
I think she could have rounded second, going down to third on
Yeah.
that one.
Did you say Carrick?
Did you hear?
There's the walk. All right,
See
a
Justin.
2-out walk puts a runner on first base, and Carson up, struck out in the second inning.
Do you remember when we talked for an inning about why they're called the clockers?
So why are they?
Because I guess the first clock was made there.
First
I looked
clock
it up.
ever?
I guess, yeah. Like motorized clock or something.
I thought some guy from Italy made the first clock. Or
Maybe
from
it's
Switzerland.
maybe it was in the United States. But which is funny because we have a clock maker that makes clocks for Disney and everything here in Medfield.
Is that the Medfield Clock Company?
Yeah, they make them. I went up to my son's when he went to Bridgeton, and I looked at the clock, and it
Was it
was
the Medfield?
clock. Yeah. all the clocks at Disney, in the middle of towns, they're all made by them.
All right, 1-1 count.
That was good. That looked good. Can you call that a ball?
2-1. Oh, that's a strike.
Yeah,
so
strike,
1-2. Medfield outfield's playing pretty deep for this hitter. There's
was
a
a strike.
3.
Well, if it wasn't, we called it for.
Fifth
They weren't
strikeout
catching
for
it.
Jackie. And so no runs on, just a walk. 1 runner left on base for Ashland. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. Medfield still holding on to a 1-0 lead. And you're watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball at Medfield.tv.
She's what?
Varsity. There's no JV.
All right, we start at the bottom of the 4th. Katie Emer up, struck out in the first
Oh,
inning.
in this area too, right?
Ground ball down to short up with it. Throws it over to first. Good throw, good play. 6-3, first out of the inning.
We need to score some more
What?
runs. No, we just.
Shonda's diner over here. She wants some runs, hits, action. Not much is happening so far.
No. So, 1-0.
Okay, Ivy up. She grounded out, pitch it a first in the first inning. Squares the bunt, back down to first. It's going to get thrown out.
It's a small school. This is a small school, too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
All
I
right,
think
2 quick
Gabby's
outs.
graduating class is only 180 people.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Merrill Adams up.
I went to a school that size.
Yeah.
She got one of the 2 hits from Medfield and scored the only run so far.
We need to do it again, then.
Need to do it again. Hit a nice single to center field.
Meryl is a year younger than Gabby, and she was always somebody that I would grab on my team. She's like one of 5 brothers. So,
I know you created some league controversy one year trying to grab.
I did not.
You did.
I did
You
not.
Everybody, you did.
I just had an eye for talent. You didn't, so can't blame me.
It wasn't with me. I had to step in and resolve this.
Oh, that's right. We did it at your house.
It was, right? All right, 2-0 count. Merrill up on the count. Let's see if she's going to swing. Inside. No, ball 3. So 1 ball away of getting on base for the second time today. There's a strike. Both pitches cruising along on this baby so
Yeah.
far.
I'm curious to know what grade their pitcher's in. I want to say she's a sophomore.
I don't know. If I had all the stats in front of me, I might be able to tell.
Yeah. Is your printer break?
Here's a shot. Left fielder. Can't get it.
No, she picked that up off the ground.
I know. He called it.
Okay.
He called it safe. You saw how he covered ground there.
Yeah.
So there's a single to
See?
left center.
You should not be Mike sometimes.
He was on top of that.
Eat one of these strawberries. Probably the best strawberries I've ever had in my entire
It's
life.
2 outs.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth Cousins up, grounded out short to first in the second inning. Let's see if we get Merrill going. She probably should be stealing here. Down to second. Going to be safe. Ooh, almost
That was
almost
the
overslid the
second
bag.
ugly line of the day. She looks like she's sliding ahead first.
Yeah.
No,
Touch base
no,
with her hand.
it looks like she's sliding over the bag.
Yeah.
All right. Timeout for the ump to get into position. All right. There's a ball up high, 1-on-1.
I do love when they steal the signs, though.
Why do they even have to steal? Just run.
No, they're stealing the signs from the catcher. Watch.
Oh, and they tell them where the pitch is going? Do you think we're good enough about that? Go down to third. Oop.
No, they let them know where
No,
if
no,
it's
I know what
high,
you're saying.
low.
You think it makes a
and
difference?
Bellingham. No, they know where the pitch is coming.
All right, so 2-1 count. Adams all the way over to third, threatening to score the second run of the game. There's a pop out to second base and makes the catch. Nice play.
And 4 outs.
Saves a run for Ashland. So no scoring from Medfield in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to go to the top of the 5th. Medfield still hanging on to that 1-0 lead, and you are watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball at Medfield.tv. We start the top of the fifth. So we have Leah Bonfani and Ali Gianti here, former players. Come on in, girls, ladies, college kids, or whatever. What are we supposed to call the college?
They're college kids. They're
College kids, all right. What did I say before that you yelled at me for?
Well,
I said there was a man on
ladies.
first. You said, that's a
Just to drive it
woman.
home.
So anyway, so Allie is going to Quinnipiac, and Leah's going to Boston College. And you
mean
had
any guys?
successful for, you mean any guy?
That's what I want to know.
You just cuts to the chase.
Yeah, seriously. The main question.
Just slow down,
The
just slow down.
answer is maybe.
The problem with Quinnipiac is it's all girls. It's all females.
70% female,
I know.
but
Strikeout.
There's a strike
Melissa
McMullen.
Erickson's going to Quinnipiac.
yeah, we a bunch of
that's cool.
upperclassmen, or we all get in the freshman group to see everyone who posts, and I saw she posts. That's
And
exciting.
a bunch of people are going to be seeing.
Oh my god, I know.
Like Michael and
There's like
Olivia.
7.
Michael and Emily are both going.
Yeah.
All right, so Flynn's up.
Caroline's.
Walked in the
That's about all I know. There's
third
a
inning.
bunch.
Just too close for comfort here.
Nice
Oh
man.
yeah.
A bunch of people have big. Wow.
No room for
There's a
errors.
little pop-up out to
Oh my God.
second base.
I
and
know she
just
does
gets
that all
Doing that. She loves doing that.
nice
I
play,
don't
4
ever
to
see her
3.
move like that.
Her thing. Oh my, look, she's grabbing it. You're like, oh.
And that was Cronin with the play? Is that who it was?
That was Gabby, huh?
No, I know it was Gabby, but who played so Mary Cronin at second made the
Yes.
play? Okay. So 4 to 3, 2 quick outs. So what else did you learn in school besides?
I switched majors. I'm a nursing major now.
Yes,
Oh,
Mary.
yes.
Good job.
There's a nice catch by Mary Cronin. Must have been watching Leah play second base. Look just like you out there.
Please flatter me, please.
Look just like you out there.
Hi.
All right, so no hits, no runs.
He won't even
We
know
go to
what
the bottom of the
cup run is.
fifth. And what's the score?
1-0.
Medfield. All right, you are watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball on Medfield.tv.
Yes.
I'm begging you to know.
All right, we're going to start the bottom of the
Let's
fifth.
One of those.
We're
Then.
just learning
we'll
about college
tattoo you a
life
camel.
in 2015. It's good. It's all good. Right, so you're a nursing major now? And Leah, what are you? Business major.
No, please.
No. There's a shot out to left
Nice.
field. Oh, just foul. Just foul.
You know, like the Seahawks or
That's
the
it.
Birds. And they're like, yeah.
That was a nice shot by Rachel Cornett.
What?
So you're going to be a,
Secondary ed and English.
okay? So that's a teacher? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Right.
And you're going into pre-med?
It was a math
Just
course,
nursing?
Might do nurse
Rough Riders in
practitioner
college.
That's a big program down in Quinnipiac,
I
right?
just can't get better than that.
A lot of the kids go.
Warriors.
A lot of kids go to PT down there, right?
PT and OT. OT is huge.
Big school.
What's the mascot here?
Okay.
Warriors. But our Warriors
Well, that's not that far off.
have like feathers.
Politically
I mean,
correct.
all my classes
on it,
cross
so
over,
it's
so I
just
didn't
like
waste any money.
it's just like a
I'm
boxy.
I'm sure your dad. Thank you for that.
Now I only go to school 4 years.
That's the best mascot.
It was even more excited.
All right, so there's a full count on Rachel Cornett. Yes, school's not cheap if you talk to your parents
I
about it.
literally am going
About.
from a school that's Carolina blue, navy, and white to a school that's Carolina blue, navy.
Yeah.
So I want to hear it.
I just combined them.
There's a good pitch, strike 3.
How big is your coaching staff?
All right, 1 out, and we have Elizabeth Cozelius up, struck out in the second inning. So does it feel funny coming back down the field, ready to put the glove and uniform back on?
Yeah, we brought our
Fully
gloves.
ready. I could
Yep.
right now.
I could
We'd be fine.
just throw some cleats on me.
Head out there. No one would even
No.
notice. We just replaced them.
Yeah, nobody would notice.
100%.
Have you tried to throw something after being off for a year?
No,
It would
I
be
can guarantee
frightening.
that it
So,
will go 5 feet from me and drop. Just drop in midair.
What are we gonna have for dinner tonight?
Well, I
there's a pitch inside. It's going to be a
Oh,
ball,
lots of
2-0.
Chinese.
I watched actually the Quinnipiac softball team.
They're pretty good.
Let's go deck D1.
Yeah, we're D1, but no, we like play like a different.
Small D1. They're really small D1.
Like besides our hockey team, we're like,
Right.
right? I don't know, we're D1, but we're not.
Small, on the small side.
Yeah. We played at Holy Cross. We played that.
Oh, okay.
The pitch down low. So 1-out walk for Kazilius. It's going to bring up the top of the order.
Order.
Jackie Flint up.
She
0 for
needs-
2 so far today.
She can help herself.
Which means that she's due. And she can help herself,
Yep.
absolutely.
Now, Jackie's been known to put it out of the ballpark.
Yeah? All right, Jackie's grounded out both times. There's a good pitch
That was a
right
nice
down the
pitch.
middle.
So do they never swing on the first pitch?
Should have, right? It looked like a good pitch. I know. You'd be all over that baby.
Well, she didn't listen to her coaches before. Oh, that
There's
was a
right
nice
through
one.
the hole. Up at the base. Could have got a third.
That was not a good play.
Oh, and through the legs. And
Way to be,
Boss-
Jackie! Woo!
so Elizabeth Kozelius, lucky.
It's Catherine.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Wrong thing.
It's Catherine
Catherine.
Curcio.
That's why you're here.
I
Thank
know.
you.
Among
I should know,
many
Kat.
other reasons why I'm here.
So a single through the shortstop hole
This is a
for
good.
Jackie. So we have second and third, 1 out.
And did you see that the shortstop was convinced it was going to? She caught her going the other way.
She did,
She
that's
was
right.
leaning to the left, and
Well, because Kozelius was coming down to second. So she was moving over. So a nice hit and run put on by Medfield.
well, Jackie's next year. She's going to Suffolk.
Jackie's going to Suffolk.
Yep, she's going to be playing softball at Suffolk University.
Okay, that's good.
Gabby will be playing at Salve Virginia next year.
Okay, and we have the Salve coaching staff here. Were you going to get them over and talk to them?
I am. My husband's chewing
Just
at the
when,
ear a little
when
bit.
did that ever stop you?
Yeah. I know. I figure I'll wait till
Yeah,
Gabby
yeah.
gets up and.
You're not exactly like a wallflower. You can
You know what?
you can project if you wish.
Yeah. I just pick and choose my moments. Did
Are
they
we
switch
switching
on?
pitches? Okay, thanks. So who's in? We don't know because somebody didn't get the full lineup. This is exactly what I was fearful of.
Isn't it amazing? Because then you can just look on the internet.
13 is in. This is like, see, when you work with people who aren't like up to it, this is what happens.
Yeah. It's weird because none of us like stood
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm shading it to see what it is.
I don't even think I brought my purse over to even look at my classes.
But yeah, no, it's good.
All right, so second and third, 1 out. Could have a big inning here for Medfield, hanging on to a 1-0 lead, but they clearly could use some more runs. Infield in for Ashland. There's a pitch off the catcher.
Got to be able to run.
Runners do not advance.
What's your go-to?
Pitch down low again. So they bring the relief pitcher in, and so far is having trouble finding home plate.
It's a tough position to
Sure is.
come into.
So Allie Collin up, she's 0 for 1 so far. There's a hit off the right
Yes,
glove.
perfect.
First base, off the first base glove. One run's going to score.
We'll take it.
Who's 23?
23, number 5. No. 27?
23.
Collins? Allie Collins, 27.
Oh my gosh, I swear it was 23.
Oh, is it 23?
I saw it was 23. I don't know.
Who's that?
She got hurt.
Oh,
Remember, she got hit.
Semino? Oh, so she was taken out of the game. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
she's over there with a ice pack on.
But I told you that she came back in the game, and you just said yes.
No, she just ran. She didn't come back into the game.
Oh,
I
okay.
think what is
oh,
happening
so,
is it's
Semino just switched up with Collins. Is that what happened?
okay. So what is this, number 13?
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know if I can say her name.
All right, Schilling up 1 for 2 so far.
Threeson?
Threeson, that's good. So Threeson pitching for Ashland.
She's a junior. Count 2 and
All right,
1.
count 2-1 on Gabby. We're at second and third, still only one out.
Yeah, we need to hit one in the outfield.
There's 3 on 1 count.
Yeah.
So Medfield in a prime opportunity to break this game open.
I was trying to look at how she pitches, but Ashland is one of those teams that doesn't report their stuff.
Okay.
So
All right,
just
to the
says that
full
she's
count.
a junior.
The other pitcher wasn't pitching that bad. I'm
No.
kind of surprised.
No, I know.
Okay, full count. Just foul off third base side.
That's what we saw Gabby do a lot of times, though, yesterday. Last year was hit it down the left field line. 3-2, though. This would be a good time for her to open up the game a little bit.
Got to hit bottom of the fifth. Medfield 2, Ashland 0. Big moment in the game.
Oh,
Fly ball, center field. It's going to be caught.
it's going to go in.
Tagged up. Run scores.
She swung
And
straight up in the
Samino
air.
goes down
Did
to
you see it?
third. So third run of the game.
Because
So sacrifice fly to center field. Drives in the third run. Medfield goes up 3-0. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Then Samino. Is that right? I'm sorry.
the Diaz, I think.
No, Samino for Medfield.
Oh,
moves
for
on to
Medfield.
third.
I thought you meant the pitcher. I mean, you could get her in, too.
Okay, Emer up. So far 0 for 2. Fouls off the first pitch. So let's see if Medfield can squeeze at least another run out of here.
So give us a little bit of a comfort zone. Oh,
A swing and strike. Down
0
0
and 2.
and 2.
it'd be nice to get that last run in.
Sure would be.
And it makes it tough because every game they have to win and able to make it to the...
Not much margin of error here. Little
And-
tapper back to pitcher, over to first. But Medfield comes up with 2 big runs in the bottom of the fifth on 2 hits. And as we go to the top of the sixth, Medfield Warriors 3, Ashland Clocker 0. You're watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball at Medfield.tv.
Huge difference.
All right, top of the sixth.
You got to stop them
And
right there before they even have a chance.
Shannon
to
up.
take a second.
Struck out twice, swinging. Not going to strike out this time,
Nice job, Jack.
but doesn't get a hit either. Grounds out pitcher to first quick out.
I do ask her if she's gotten the workout yet.
Yeah.
She said no.
And up is Esposito.
Give them, wait till
1 for 1 so far.
it's done, problem's over, then
That's the only hit of the game for Ashland. Jackie working on 1 hitter.
she's gonna get her ass kicked.
Hey,
But it's gonna be great.
Down to third. Kazilius up with a nice play. Over to first. Good play.
Power already, and she's not even working out.
Yeah.
Nice 5-3 out.
Get her doing our workouts.
Two- All right, ladies.
100 times better.
Okay.
Bye, girls. There's our seniors coming back.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Salata up 0 for 2 so far. Fly ball to right field in the first. Grounded out third to first in the fourth.
So do you think, Coach, I can have you sit down for the next half inning,
Sure.
ask you questions? Because I'm sure there's a lot of kids, a lot of these dads have this idea of putting
There's
their
a shot into right
daughters
field.
playing college, and a lot of them do want to play. That's why you play every summer. So I'm curious as to what you look for
Yeah,
when you're.
absolutely.
You gotta,
No, she's gonna come sit with us next half.
okay, all right. Okay, Meserek up.
Do you want to hear a bizarre story?
Wait a minute. She's 0 for 2 so far.
No,
today.
no,
I
no,
know
no.
you're interested.
No, you're just gonna go a small world. When we brought the family.
Whoa, there's an overthrow.
Oh,
Could
That
go
can't
to
happen.
third too if she wakes up. So
Hold
all
on
the
to
way
it.
to wow, that's a costly overthrow by Benaldi.
Ivy did one of those at the game the other day. We don't even know who she threw it to. Ivy's great because she's aggressive, but sometimes you gotta go slow down, because
Well,
she's
we try
moving
to-
before she thinks. I mean,
We try to
you've
tell
coached her
Yeah,
too.
we coach her.
But anyway, so the person at bat, when we moved the family from Katrina up here. They get there, they don't have anything. They've just left with the car, and we flew them up here, and they had 7 kids, and I didn't know where to put them. I was looking everywhere, and I ended up with her mother.
Back to first. Oh, that's a nice stretch by Gabby. Saves a run there.
So her mother set me up to help them, and we've all remained friends since then.
That's good.
So we've watched each other's kids grow up.
Oh, she
Because
helped
it's
you?
been like 11 years.
Jess DiPolito, who's the head coach of Salve Regina Seahawks. So, and that's where Gabby Schilling's going to be playing.
Oh, God, don't put me on ESPN.
She's much better than that. Medfield Cable's much better than baseball tonight.
If we make the top 10, that'd be great.
So, Jess,
If you saw what he did to me once, he flipped me out of the chair backwards because he started to lean and grab me.
So, Jess, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I think so. Next year, you have the pleasure of you're going to have Gabby come join you.
Yep. We're very happy. Can't wait to have her, start working with her.
So you had a good year. So I'm also, as I said, my daughter went to Salve too. So
Yep.
I do follow all the teams, and I know you had a good year this year.
Yeah, we did well. We had a young group. So, it was definitely a ton of potential there. It's definitely looking good for the future, so we're excited.
So one thing I was always interested in, because I used to, I don't know if you knew Coach Cox before he left, but he was the hockey coach.
Yep.
I used to go with him when he was recruiting kids. So I was always fascinated of what do you look for to see if a kid can play. So what do you look for?
Well, you look for kind of the whole package. It's not even so much what they do on the field. It's how they are in the dugout, how they interact with their coaches, how they interact with their teammates. If they mess up on the field, they go back to the dugout. Are they still engaged in the game and what's going on? Because that really, to me, tells me a lot of, the kind of athlete, the kind of person that they would be on your team. And, and I actually, I like when kids come and they visit with me with their parents. I like to see how they interact with their parents because to me that shows, if they're showing a lot of respect to their parents, it's, you assume you're going to get that as a coach, and if not, then, if they're not respectful to their parents, that's not someone I want in my program.
So I think because the jump from high school to college is a really big one.
Yes.
And to figure out. So just Ivy. Oh no, Ivy's 1 and 2. So anyways, but on the field, when you take a look at the kids, like when I talked to Coach Cox, and this was for ice hockey, he could tell me, he said, all you have to do is see how somebody skates a quarter of the ice, and I can tell if they can play college or not. He said, I could just tell by the way they stride. But can you tell when you take a look at, what do you look for?
It's really just the same. You look in a couple minutes, whether or not they have it, and it's something that you can work with and something you can mold with. It's just.
There's a nice shot. There's a single for Ivy.
Nice.
So do you look for the way when they're up at bat, the way they...
a lot of it, with hitting, it's just, there's a lot of fundamentals that go into hitting the ball well, but a lot of it is just, if they're just a hitter and they're just an athlete and they just go after the ball. Someone that's just going to go after the ball and just rip it, that's really, I don't know, that's what really
you're looking for.
Yeah.
And for a pitcher, what do you look for a pitcher?
Really control, a lot of control. If they can, and their presence on the mound is very important. I think that is really 90%
So is that the number one you think?
Yeah,
is
I
you
think
want
so.
to control?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And just
that
what
can
they
make
bring.
or break any game.
Oh, absolutely. Everything else, form, getting you throwing a little harder, working with different pitches. We can work on that when you get to us. But, if they have that presence already on the mound, that's not really something we can teach you. You either have that or you don't. So that's definitely what we look for.
There's a nice bunto from Merrill Adams called out. And what others? So you talked about the intangibles. You talked about just the way they carry themselves in the field. Talked about the pitches that you want to see, obviously, good control. The hitters, how aggressive they are.
And just how smooth, you can tell, when a fielder's smooth, a hitter's smooth, and just things come, sort of naturally. And like I said, the fundamentals we'll get that, we'll teach you that when you get to us, and we'll break everything down. But if they just kind of have that kind of smooth transition on the field, I don't know, that's what we like.
And what age do you think they should
start looking, like if they're interested in South
Yeah.
region, you know, what do you
You
look for 'em to do?
really by your sophomore year in high school is really when you get to start, I think. Especially junior year. Junior year is really your biggest. That's when you should really start looking at schools, doing showcases in the summer. You hope to be recruited or be seen, and definitely be proactive. I mean, that's what, contact schools early and often. It's never too early really to start, but yeah, I would say by sophomore year you really have to, start thinking about it.
I think that we were in such a weird position because Kurt having cancer and everything, and so we didn't get to go to schools and do the average visits and stuff. So, that I would think that Gabby coming in as a senior is sometimes rare.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but it just, it worked out, I think, for the best, and it worked out for her, and I just happened to see her skills video, which is important for people who...
That's what I was going to say,
Yep.
too, the skills video. And was that on a certain site that you saw that, or...?
That was just her YouTube link, I'm pretty sure, that she had sent to me. I know it was a few months ago now that I had seen it, but that's really the easiest way, because it's hard for us to go around and see all the girls. So if you send that initially and a coach likes what they see, they'll go out of their way to see you again. So definitely, making that skills video, making sure it's quality, and it doesn't have to be long. It only has to be, a few minutes long, but making sure that's quality will really, because that's what attracted me to Gabby. I saw her video, and there was something there that I liked. So
And Gabby, when she was in the 9th grade, Rich, I don't know if you remember this, but she was pitching in that summer, and it just clicked for her, and she was throwing gas, and then she had the arm surgery, and it's really almost taking her years to get that confidence back, because you go from throwing like that, or being afraid that it's going to happen again.
Yeah, yep.
And but she never lost sight of wanting to play in college. It just changed from, I really don't want to do this as a full-time job, as to I really just want to play in college.
So do you like kids that just play one sport or multiple sports?
No, I encourage them to play multiple if they want to. I coach soccer as well at Salve, so I have a couple athletes that do both soccer and softball with me, and I think that's why a lot of athletes will choose Division III, so they can do the two. I know it's harder to do it when you're at a higher level. So no, I think it's great. I encourage it. It's for especially females, you need to be looking at life beyond the 4 years, because you get that degree, you don't get it in softball, you don't get it in soccer, so if that's something that they want to do and they're passionate about, I think it's great. I think it's great for them to do.
And Gabby won't be playing soccer.
Nope. I was going to see if she wanted to be goalkeeper. Maybe we'll put her in the goal.
Maybe the water girl, but no, she's not going to run at all.
No,
there's no sense in it.
No, it's the 2 softball players that I have. It's pretty rare. The rest of my softball girls are like, no way, I'm doing that, coach. So it's pretty funny.
And you notice she picked the position that she didn't even have to run far to.
Yeah.
All right, Medfield is pushed across another run in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike, but a stolen base by Cousins.
I think, Gabby was on the showcase circuit last year, and, I was really pushing to send her to a year abroad, and because it just had been so much on her, but I was really fascinated by what the coaches said. Like, the one coach that really liked her was like, as she threw a horrible game, and she said, I was more impressed with how she handled it and came off the field, and I never even thought about that, because you're thinking they have to be perfect all the time. Well, it's not even, it's not possible to be perfect all the time.
Yeah, no, when we travel, we do clinics and stuff, and we talk to the kids that are, doing all the showcases, and they're looking to get recruited. One of the things we tell them is the coach is always watching you. Everything that you do, we're watching. So, you strike out, you go back in the dugout, you throw your helmet, we see that. You know, we don't want that. So it's like you said, all the intangibles is, what we look for.
So one of the things I was surprised about was when my daughter started, I think she started with 12 or 13 freshmen, and I think only 4 lasted the 4 years.
Yeah, you can understand that.
And
It's
it's
a lot
just
of work.
kids, and also kids got burnt out and they just lost interest. And that jump from high school to college, once again, is really tough.
Yeah, it's another animal, and that's what we tell, our freshmen coming in, it's like, don't compare, your high school team to college, because it's a completely different thing.
Well, Medfield scored again
5-0. We're gonna keep her here all day.
No,
yeah,
I know.
right? Hey,
I
that's
know.
okay.
Jess,
Give
you're
me
doing a good
microphone,
job.
I'll keep talking.
You're doing a good job.
But,
And it's, you know, it's neat. We haven't had a player, you know, because it was funny. You see her at Shonda Schilling Field, and the only reason that is because when I came to this town, they didn't put a lot into girls' sports, and they wanted me to raise money for the boys' field, and I said, hey, I'm not doing it unless you do something on this field.
Good, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so, and the girls...
Is that what happened?
You were there. And the girls, the little girls love knowing that they're coming to the big field when they get to high school.
Yeah.
The problem that happened in Gabby's class is there was some really great athletes that only focused on one sport.
Yeah, look at one right over there. Like right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Who we had as a softball player.
Yeah.
She was one of those kids
For
that
many
they go,
years.
Back out. Back out.
Well, you find that nowadays, it's, you know, parents are really, I think, pushing their kids to do that one sport and do it year round, and I think that's why a lot of kids are really getting burnt out at a young age. Because
I don't like that. I don't
love
like
it either. I really don't, and you know, I think they're, you know, they're more well-rounded if they come, you know, they have a couple of sports under their belt coming to college, and you know, once you get to college, that is the only thing you're going to be doing. So, you know, have your time, enjoy your other sports. I think when you're younger.
Well, and that's what Gabby picked up hockey in high school.
Yeah.
And you know, she could have cared less if she ever got on that ice. And the biggest thing that they said to me afterwards was that when she wasn't in the clubhouse, it was her presence was so like exciting and stuff. She didn't. You don't always have to be that star player.
Yeah.
The other things that.
Yeah.
It's always a mother. They just walk right up to you.
Right, Jackie Flintoff. The swing and strike. So, any of the things, how easy or hard is it to recruit at a school like Salve?
I think it's, you know, there are definitely challenges with it being Division III, you know, because we don't offer athletic scholarships, so we really go through academic scholarships, financial aid. So you have to go, you know, through that avenue versus, you know, Division I and II that have, you know, that money available. So that's a challenge in itself, but I think, you know, there's a great draw to be, you know, to come to Salve.
Oh, yeah, beautiful
because I
campus,
think it's you know, the campus in itself, you know, being in Newport on the beach, and you know.
Oh, there's a nice shot up the middle to score another run.
So I think that, you know, with the majors that we offer, especially for women, you know, nursing and education are two of our biggest. So, so I think I can draw a lot of athletes.
I actually was very impressed with the whole school. I kind of.
It's really.
I thought it was a nice environment.
Yeah, you get, I think, the best of both worlds. You know, you have the athletic piece, which is, you know, it's competitive and it's, you know, and that's great, and you know, you get the academic setting, which, you know, smaller class sizes, great private school. I think it's just.
I was also impressed with what the kids do, particularly as far as just giving back to the community, because they emphasize that at the school.
Yep, community service is a big. A big aspect. Yeah. So I think it's a great spot, and you know.
Well, we're lucky.
I think we're
And it's funny, I've never really been to Newport, and everybody, as soon as I said it, they were like, Newport? Newport? You know how great that is. So
Yep.
I'll go down there and maybe not even see her. I'll
just go downtown, just hang out at the beach, you know, it's great.
Well, for me, when we went down on the recruiting trip, it's the only one reason why I didn't like the school. Because I thought this was ridiculous. I said, what is this? Is this a school or is this like a resort?
It's insane. It's insane. I tell my girls all the time how spoiled they are.
I know.
I mean, because they're, you know, with the campus and why it's so unique is it's very, you know, it has a Newport identity to it. So, you know, you have the old mansions they're dorm rooms that are renovated, and it's just, it's ridiculous. You know, it's, you know, I think of what my dorm room looked like and what these kids have. It's just, you know, it's great.
I think I have a question, because we passed by what we thought was the softball.
There's a pop-up over the pitcher, gets the out. So that's the end of the sixth. Medfield pushes 3 runs to give them a lot of breathing room. We're going to go to the top of the 7th with the score. Medfield 6.
Yes.
Ashland 0. And you're watching Medfield Lady Warriors softball on Medfield.tv. All right, we're back top of the 7th. Medfield cruising on this one, 6-0. Thanks to Jess DiPolito to spend a half inning with us. It was very nice, hopefully informative. Okay, Jackie working on a shutout.
on Sports
We
Center.
are Farrell up blocked twice. Once in the second and once in the fourth.
Well, this, you know, we wanted a little insurance, and then it just went,
I know, went bonkers.
yeah,
So Jackie working on a 2-hitter today.
yeah.
I don't think I'm jinxing her. I think
No.
6-0's
She's
pretty much in the bag, right?
And then you'd have to run if you weren't jinxing her.
As a swing and foul tip off of Ivy's mask. So much needed win here for the
So we need
Lady
4 more,
Warriors.
right?
Need 4 more. They're going to go 6-9. One, as we said, tough game left. 4 winnable games left.
Yep. When is our next televised game?
Our next televised game, glad you asked, is Monday.
Okay. So you're gonna
Against
order
Dover
this
Sherburne.
beautiful weather?
If it's not, I'm not showing up. There's a foul ball.
You're not.
There's a reason I wait to the end of the year to do the softball games.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're old. Your blood is thin.
I am very old. Thank you for noticing.
Are you
All right,
doing
full
anything
count.
besides softball?
Not this spring. There's a little slap over the first base. Oh, off the bag. That cat-like reflexes
Oh,
by
yes.
Schilling.
That's
gets
what
the
I was
out.
thinking.
All right, 1 out.
You know, the thing is that Gabby will laugh at herself in any situation. Like, she'll stand up from all that stretch and let you know that she's just pulled every muscle in between her legs.
All right, 1 out. Carson up. Has struck out twice so far today. Swinging in the second, looking in the fifth.
It was nice to see some of the girls hitting, though, that haven't been hitting.
Yes, absolutely. So right now, 8 hits so far for the Warriors. But more importantly, 6 runs.
Yeah, making them count.
There's a foul back.
I do think
Straight
it got
back.
kind of warm out, too.
And they've only left 5 men on base today. So pretty efficient at-bats for them. What's up, Pi?
This is nothing like the game, though, the last time. Like, they did have a couple of things. But I do think we're getting stronger in the field.
Well, that's a good sign.
Getting more comfortable with the young ones. I haven't heard. Do we know how
What?
our other left fielder is doing?
Don't know. We did switch out the left fielders.
I saw that she has an ice pack on her arm. It must have hit her
So
right on the
Lisa-
elbow.
Semino's in, playing left field now. Full count is a strike. 3 looking.
That's
2
not
outs. Brings up McMullen. 0 for 2. Ground out. Second to first, and Jackie struck her out in the fifth. So
Jen.
that's
bad. Did you meet Jessica?
Hi, my name's Jen. Nice to meet you.
that's 7 strikeouts so far for Jackie, and only 2 hits.
That's the way we like it.
Graduation party. Chad and I go way back. Well, when they moved here,
There's a strike.
we met each other and we realized that we grew up like 2 towns away in Maryland.
Oh, that's so funny.
We used to play ball against each other.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Small world.
I know, our high school. That's fun.
Tries to go. I love it. Huh? I love it. Ivy looks over, checks checks if that was a strike or not. That's cool. Don't see too many high school catches do
Yeah,
that.
no, and even know to do that.
I know. That was pretty cool. There's a strike.
Yep. You know what? He's got to be getting tired.
2-2.
Yeah? What do you think?
Pitch down low. Full count.
Don't have any,
So Jackie on the verge of throwing a complete game.
Yeah, this is it. Just set her down. She's the 8th batter. What has she done? She's Kate, and yeah.
And grounded out
Just
second
so
to
close.
first.
I don't think she's going to catch up to it. Oh,
There's a pop-up going behind the dugout.
Like football, baseball. Oh, they have baseball, soccer. Oh, there you go. Lacrosse. Yeah. Yeah, we know those. Yeah. Mine has a big, ice. They have a big ice rink. Redoing it, and so like a lot of it.
she needs to stop toying with her and just finish it.
I think this is it. Oh, there's a shot right out to us. Center field, go second, go 2. Good job. There's a shot to left center. So a 2-out hit,
This is Kay.
and up comes. Out comes. I have Flynn, but I'm not sure if that's who this is.
I can't see.
I can't tell
Their
anymore.
numbers are hard to see from here.
Actually, that was Thurston, the pitcher, who hit that.
That's what I was thinking too. And I was looking at other like NESCAC schools.
That was quite a shot. Why wasn't she out there batting before?
I don't know.
There's a strike. A
Well, was
one-on-one.
she in? She wasn't in another
No,
position?
she wasn't at all.
Huh.
Had a good swing at that one.
Yep.
The shot down at first. Oh, nice play by Schilling. Steps on first. And that's the ball game. So beautiful job pitching by Jackie Flynn. Good solid defense. Timely hitting. Just what the doctor ordered. And so Medfield improves 6-9. What do you think?
I think we needed it. And I think it's the way the rest of the season should hopefully go, and that is that they're learning how to play together, not apprehensive. They're just going out there and doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay, so Medfield had 6 runs on 8 hits, left 5 on base. Ashland had no runs on only 3 hits, and actually left 6 men on base. So, Shonda, thank you.
Thank
We are
you.
back. We're back on next Monday. Hopefully, we'll have all the lineups.
And
right.
you'll be more prepared.
Hopefully, I'll be much more prepared. But it was good talking to everybody today. It was fun.
Yes.
So thank you,
Good to see
Sean.
everybody. Everybody came out. Kids are home from
Thank
school.
you, Sean. It's a beautiful day. Eric Gazelle, thank you again. And this is Rich Small, and the score for the final time. Medfield Warriors 6, Ashland Clock is 0, and you are watching Medfield Lady Warriors Softball on Medfield.tv.
Production support provided by Medfield.tv. Access to our community.